Hello, IELTS candidates, and welcome to our IELTS Secrets podcast. Today, an IELTS candidate will be answering the cue card presented by the examiner. The cue card topic for today is Describe a promise you made to someone. Here is our cue card topic. Describe an occasion where you promised someone. You should say 1. Who it was, 2. When it was, 3. What you promised, 4. And explain if you fulfilled this promise. Firstly, you will see the student's response, but remember, this is just the starting point. Then, you will see an improved version that could help the student achieve a higher speaking score in the exam. This shows that with the right guidance and practice, significant improvement is possible. When you see the improved version, ask yourself, why is the second response better than the original? Let's get started.
Now, I want to talk about one of my most important times of my life because one of the most significant thing that I ever done was the promise that I gave to my wife.
Now, I would like to talk about one of the most important moments of my life. One of the most significant things I have ever done was making a promise to my wife.
When we want to get married. It was 6 years ago. I think if I'm not mistaken, because I've got a mind like it was 6 years ago and we were talking about our future and she asked me one thing, don't even let me to be alone.
When we decided to get married 6 years ago, we were discussing our future. During that conversation, she asked me for one thing, to never let her feel alone.
And I told her, be sure about it, I promise you, I will never let you alone.
I assured her, saying, be certain of it, I promise you, I will never leave you alone.
And from then, I think that I have done everything that I could to make this promise come true.
Since then, I have done everything I can to keep this promise.
And even when our child was born, we become more dependent to each other and we never let each other to feel alone because she asked me nothing, just a specific thing.
Even when our child was born, we became more dependent on each other and never let each other feel alone, as this was the only specific thing she asked of me.
And, I just want to make her happy. I can do whatever it takes to fulfill the promise I gave her 6 years ago.
I just want to make her happy, and I am willing to do whatever it takes to fulfill the promise I made to her 6 years ago.
So, as I said before, we are so dependent on each other and I try hard to give her what she asked me.
As I mentioned before, we are very dependent on each other, and I strive to fulfill what she asked of me.
And that's the one important promise that I ever promised someone and just all.
This is the most important promise I have ever made, and I am dedicated to keeping it.
Ask yourself the following question. Why is the second response better than the first? Would you like an IELTS expert to evaluate and correct your speaking responses? Remember, it's through your dedicated practice that you can perfect your skills. So keep practicing and see the difference it makes in your performance. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. Feel free to visit our website for comprehensive support and guidance. We're here to help you succeed in your IELTS examination. Best of luck.